Hey guys, this is Aaron and Sarvesh. And here at Walk 360, we specialize in construction, architecture, and real estate. And today we're going to sort of dive into sort of our backgrounds and how we help out in the architecture world of Walk 360.
How did you get into architecture? Why do you like it?
Um, so how I got into architecture. So back in high school, I worked on site. I was a construction laborer, and I was helping framing mostly. Did some roofing, did some groundwork, but I realized like a few years in that I didn't want to be like on site all the time doing like the heavy lifting. So my original goal was to get in an office and start helping with sort of like the insides of construction. You know, because building a house, you know, the general contractor does all that. So I wasn't too sure where I wanted to go, but I knew it was going to be in construction. So I knew I didn't want to be a general contractor or be like a laborer who worked for a general contractor. So when I went to college at App State University, there was a major for building sciences, and I went into that program, which it took like 2 years to do general education, and then it took 2 more years to do all the major courses. But somewhere between the end of my junior year and beginning of senior year, they started implementing like studio courses, which I found, which that's sort of when I like found my passion for architecture, because it was really fun. You got to use like the creative side of your brain, but also apply sort of like some math and logic to it. And it was just something that like I thought fit really well with my personality. And then how I got into the real world was at the very end I needed an internship to complete my program, my undergrad program. And I reached out to Jonathan, and this was when he was working by himself for the company. And I reached out to him, and he took me on and sort of showed me sort of like some drafting techniques and all that stuff. And ever since then, it's just been a growing process. Now we're like a team of six or seven people.
The first part of your story was so good that is very much enough for you to get into a grad school. Yeah, that should be in your statement when you apply.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a very nice start. Like, they ask for you like about why do you want to study, get into grad school.
Okay.
So that statement is really cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, so like the goal is, so basically there's 2 deadlines. There's one November 1st, which I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put together a quick portfolio. But usually they like to look for like in-depth portfolios. But just to sort of get in there and get my foot wet, you know, so they'll see me this time. And then the next deadline I think it's like early May. And then I'll put like a real portfolio submission together there, and hopefully with those 2 submissions, it'll get me into the grad school.
Also, you have this 2 years of experience both in architecture, construction, everything. I think experience at Work 360 will be a great advantage for you.
Yeah.
It's not like you are not like an ideal regular student applying for grad school. You have good experience.
Yeah, so like a lot of people in college, when they go to undergrad schools, they don't know that architecture is, you have to go, if you want to master in architecture, you need to go to a school that's accredited for architecture. App State University isn't that way. So I got a major in building sciences, and after I got that major, I knew I wanted to get my architecture's license, and had to, so a lot of people that I knew in my studio class, they went from directly to App State to it's NC State or UNC Charlotte. They went straight to those schools right after their undergrad. But you don't actually need to do that, because even in your undergrad, you're still going to need to get, you know, thousands of hours of experience, of logged experience shadowing an architect. So sometimes it's better, this is what I did. Sometimes it's better to go get experience first and then go into grad school, because you're going to learn a lot of stuff in the real world that you won't in college. And then also when you go back to college, you'll be more prepared for studio classes, and you'll sort of you're shadowing a professional who sort of teaches you how to design, so your projects are going to look better. You'll be able to be more efficient with the programs you use, and all that. But yeah, the plan is to so the plan is to try to go to back to grad school like next year, like 2022, maybe 2023, depending on how just things outside of architecture pan out. So I mean, that's the great thing about working for like a startup company is you work so closely with these professionals. So Phil, he's the project manager, and he's had years of commercial experience, and he's bringing all that to the team, and teaching us who were months out of college or a few years out of college. He's sort of relaying all his knowledge. Same thing with Jonathan. He's got his real estate license, architecture license, and contracting license, and he's got decades of experience. And working here at Wolk 360 is really like given us the opportunity to learn and excel in our profession.
I think that's the thing I like about Wolk 360, because the place I worked previously in India is studio and design oriented. But the interesting thing with all having Bond and Phil in-house is that whenever we get out, we can reach out to them and get it sorted. So that's the cool thing about Wolk 360, that they have specialists in construction, they have specialists in real estate and project management. So everything in-house is for us as a designer to have them around is really useful.
Yeah, it makes designing houses and putting together the plans go. Yeah, it's faster, and you can get more technical with certain people because they understand they're coming at construction and building a house and designing a house from different angles. So it's good to have all those perspectives in one space.
In most workflow, the designer will be a part and the engineer will be a part, and the time that you take to communicate is what takes longer. But here, all of them are in the same place.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a firm where there's like 50 people and the guy you got to talk to, you have to go through like 2 other guys or send an email. Like
and wait for them to respond for 2 days. It's faster here. So
yeah, definitely.